Hi, I'm Pastor Todd's wife, Amanda, and I have the joy of wishing you a happy Easter. So many Christians do a call and response where one person says, "He is risen," and the other person says, "He is risen indeed." Let's try it. Are you ready? He is risen. He is risen indeed. If you're watching the live stream, it might feel a little bit silly talking back to a TV. But when I say he is risen, it's like saying Jesus rose from the grave. And when you say he is risen indeed, you're saying he sure did, or absolutely yes, without a doubt. And it's said with excitement. There's an exclamation point at the end. So did you say it that way? If not, let's try it again, nice and loud. Ready? He is risen. He is risen indeed. So, as far as the story goes, it's kind of a spoiler, a giveaway, because now you know what's going to happen with Jesus. But that's okay, it's still exciting. Did you know even many older people, like grandpas and great-grandmas, still celebrate Easter, sometimes called Resurrection Sunday, like it was the very first one? It never gets old, because it's such an amazing and true story. Pastor Todd started our reading with Jesus teaching and healing people, and then riding into Jerusalem on a donkey. And the people were shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." Then on Friday, we learned about how Jesus spent his last hours with his disciples, and how he was betrayed by Judas and crucified by the Jewish leaders and the Romans. We left off with his friends and family being very sad because Jesus had died. But the Bible reminds us of what Jesus said. "You will see me again." That's where we pick up the story today. So if you have your very first Easter book, you can follow along on page 24. Fufu and I are looking at the pictures in our beginner's Bible. Jesus is risen. He is risen indeed. After Jesus died, some of his friends laid his body in a big tomb. They sealed it shut with a large round stone. Soldiers guarded the tomb. 3 days later, the earth shook. An angel of the Lord came down from heaven and pushed the stone away from the tomb. Some of the women were walking to the tomb. When they saw the angel, he said, "Do not be afraid. Jesus is not here. He has risen." When the women saw Jesus, they fell to their knees to worship him. Jesus smiled and said, "Go tell the others that I will see them in Galilee." The women ran to tell the disciples the news. Jesus returns. The disciples had locked themselves in a small room because they were afraid. They were afraid leaders would send soldiers to arrest them. Suddenly, Jesus appeared to them. He said, "Peace be with you." They thought he was a ghost. But Jesus said, "Touch my hands and my feet so that you will know it is really me." The disciples cheered. They were happy to see Jesus again. Later, Jesus told his disciples, "I gave my life so that you could be with me in heaven. I am going there to prepare a wonderful new home for you. When I come back next time, I'll take you with me." Jesus went up to heaven in a cloud. Someday, he will come back to take the people who love him to heaven. Jesus loved people so much, he died for everybody's sins. And that is the true story of Easter. So now, if you hear people say, "Easter is all about bunnies and eggs," you can say, "No, it's about something a whole lot better than that. It's about Jesus, who came to life so that we can have life forever in heaven." So really, the story isn't over. And if you want to keep going on this story, you can. This is just one story in a book of lots and lots of great, true stories called the Bible. This one is from the Beginner's Bible. And if you would like one, we would be happy to get one for you. You can contact the church office. Happy Easter. He is risen. He is risen indeed.